Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 20 on OData servers. In this session, I'm going to explain about how to receive a file from an UI application and put it in the DMS server. So this is quite simple and we are going to use the middleware as OData servers. Mostly we have done in a similar fashion without OData service, receiving a file from a browser or a portal and upload in a DMS server with the help of a function module. So here we are going to have a OData in the middle. It could be easy and simple way to receive it, and most of the developments are move towards to the OData service, so we can use this as well. Okay, so we'll get into the slide first and see what are the steps required, what are the methods we are going to redefine it, and what are the steps to be involved or code to be implemented to achieve this particular scenario. Okay, and this here I'm going to use it's a generic extension. It could be a text file or a PDF or a Word document, whatever it is. Just a file. I'm going to read it and I'm going to upload it in a DMS server. Simple. Okay. So here I'm not going to read the content of the file, put it in an internet table. No, that is not this kind of scenario. Just a file, receive it and upload it in a DMS server. Let's get into the slide first. Excuse me. So this is our design. I'm going to receive an application and a file from a new application and through OData servers, and I'm going to upload it in a DMS server. And nowadays we have another name for DMS server, is a content server, SAP content server. Okay, so it's fine. And so the steps which we are going to involve over here is, yep. So first we need to create a project in SEGW project and with entity set. And here the entity set only the document name is itself enough, the properties I'm talking about, because we are going to receive a file with an extension from your application. And the other four are optional. It depends on your requirement. You can just make use of it. So here I want to give back to the UI application as a result saying that what is the document number, what is the version, type and part. So hope you might aware or you might heard about the DMS server. Otherwise, it's very simple. There is a server. It holds the file or content whatever we are sending, and every file has its unique document number, version, type, and part. Okay, so that is the basic informations for the DMS server. So that's why I want to pass this as a result to the UI application. And other than that, these are optional. It's not mandatory to have this scenario. Just if you receive a name and you can send it, yes, it's uploaded successfully also, it's fine. Depends on your own requirement. So I need a project with one entity type. So I need an entity set as well. So which has one particular field called document name, which receives, which is going to help to receive the file name, and all other four is going to be the result of the UI application. And then which are the methods to be redefined is going to be a define method. It's coming under MPC extension. The reason behind, you know about the define method, I already have video on it, why we need to redefine the define method. So define method is going to be have whatever we do in the design level, SEGW project, whatever you design is everything is fine. Apart from that, at the runtime, I want to make some changes in my design. I want to incorporate some additional changes in my design that is not possible in the design time. That is the case, we have to go and do the redefine. So here also I need to set a property, one particular property for my document name field at the runtime. I can't do it in the design time itself. So that is the reason I go to the define method to redefine it. And then another method where I have to write the entire code after receive the not after receive, once you execute it, going to receive what is the name of the file, what is the extension of the file, and how to upload it to the DMS server. Everything is going to happen in one particular method. It's nothing but create stream method. So that also we have to redefine it. This is coming under DPC extension class. Okay, and Okay, in the create stream, we have three different steps. It's just for easy understanding. Once you read the file name from your URI from the UI application, then we need to read the file and split the name and extension. We need to identify what is the name of the file and what is the extension of the file. And then once you've done, we have a function module for it, split function module. We just make use of that. And we need to use function model or BAPI to create the document into the DMS server. Something but BAPI document create to make use of that, we need to make some data to be, it's kind of a prerequisite data to pass the information to the BAPI to create the file. So what is the file extension, and what is the document part, what is the version of the document, what is your database carrier. So the few informations we have to fill it up before calling this BAPI function module to create a document in DMS system. And the last one is results back to UI or gateway client. It's up to your own need. If you want, yes, you have, otherwise you will get a success message called 201 as a status output, and it's saying it's a document created. So if it is well and good, you can just ignore the results back. If you want, you can send the results back to the UI application as well. Okay, and what else? Okay, about the gateway testing, how we are going to test, because we need something to be tested. We don't have a UI application. We have to test from the gateway client itself. So the URI, there is any special addition to be added in the URI? Absolutely no. So you have an URI, just enter the entity set name with the help of the more option. Just get the whatever entity set name, that is more than enough in the URI. And the method is going to be the post method, and then the header details. If there is a post method, you have to give whatever informations you want, right? And one more thing you have to add is add file, what file you want to upload it, the file to be added, and the header detail is going to be the header name is going to slug. This is one of the import parameter of your create stream method. And then header value, just a file name and extension, whatever name you want, just give the file name and extension over there. Okay, so these are the things to be needed for the testing scenario, for the testing purpose. And yeah, okay, these are the transactions for DMS server activities. So CV01N to create any document in the DMS server uses transaction 02 for change and 03 for display. So after our testing in gateway client, we are going to use CV03N to make sure the data, the particular document is uploaded correctly in the DMS server. Okay. That's it. This is about the overview of how to receive the file and how to include it or add it in the DMS server. Okay, so let's get into the system. This is my HANA system, SEGW, SAP Gateway Service Builder. So let me create a project, CGI file to DMS, file to DMS and local object. So it's done. Then let me have entity type here, right click, create is going to be file upload. So I need the set entity set also. Okay, then I need a property. So the first property itself enough. If you don't want to send anything back to the UI, only the status is good, or you can add, depends on your need. So first I can say document name is going to be the key field. It is going to be a string. Okay, so document name is going to document name. Then document type. It's also going to be a string. Document type document number. Okay, let me pass this. Okay, so here you go. Document name, type, number, version, and part. So only this I'm going to receive from UI, and these four I'm going to send the information back to the UI as a result. So everything is a string. Okay, so nothing much. All types are going to be string. So that's it. So we are almost done. And save this. Right click, generate runtime. Okay, one is missing because we are using a stream concept here. So your entity should be the applicable or capable of receiving the media type. So go to the entity type level and make sure you have this checkbox is checked. This option got checked and again generated. We are done. Next one is we have to redefine the define method, as we are going to set a property for my key field called document name, right? So what is the process? Yeah, this one, document name. What is the process? We have to read the entity first, and then we have to read the name, field name from the entity, and we are going to make we are going to set some property using a method. Okay, so that is a simple step we have to do. So go to runtime artifact and go to your MPC extension class, because define is going to be under MPC extension only. So go here and go to method, inherited method, define, right click, excuse me, redefine it. And the first line is always just call the superclass definition method. So superclass define. Okay. So then I need two object reference. One is for entity, one is for entity type, then any entity property. So type ref2 slash iwbep, and then I have the interface mgw OData and entity type. So this is for entity, and I need another one is for my entity property. So that is type ref2 iwep bep slash if mgw. Then this is the OData property. Okay, only this. So then first I need to get the reference of my entity. So object entity is nothing but I need to use model get entity type, and then you have to give the name of your entity. It's going to be, the parameter is iv entity name is equal to file upload. So hopefully I'm correct. And once it is bound, so if object entity is bound, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the reference for my entity property, okay, by using the method called gets entity property. First I need to get the reference of it, right? Then I can apply whatever conditions I need at the runtime. So get property, and the parameter name would be iv underscore property name, iv underscore, okay, let's see, property name equal to document name. So let me clarify it. One second. Check it. Oh, okay. So I did a mistake here. It's going to be my obj entity. Okay. I'm good. So I'm going to make, oh, sorry. I'm going to make enable one property for my doc name field. So that is going to be object entity property sets as content type. So this is required for the scenario. That's it. So this is the end of your define method. Okay. So act order. Let me make sure the names are correct. So here file upload is entity and doc name is the property name. So file upload and doc name. Yes, we are good. Okay, now go to MPC class, sorry, DPC class and redefine the get stream option. Methods. Your application server. And this is the one. So create stream, right click, redefine it. Okay, so we are good. And one of the parameters, so signatures, right? Okay, this one, iv underscore slug is going to be receive the file name. So let me receive the file name first. So I need some declaration over here. So here for declaration, let me call the function module which needs to be split the file name and the extension separately, because we are going to pass the variable to the function module. So better we take the reference from the function module to avoid the type conflict. So go to F6, function is split file name, which is I'm going to use to separate the file name and an extension. So here I need three variables. One is UI file name, whatever they are giving. And another one is after splitting, what is the actual file name. And the final one is what is the extension. Okay, so all this we need a reference from this function module. So split underscore file name. So I open the split file name in another session. So I go to import. I want the data element of this. Okay. Yeah, this is a file name element, data element, and I need for file name and extension as well. So go back. It's coming under export, and these two, file name and extension. This is for file name, and final one is for extension. This is the one. So the basic declaration is done. Okay. So the UI file name is coming in the signature of iv underscore slug. That is one of the parameter of this method. I have already shown you. So over here. So this we are going to give in the header information. Okay. So close it. So lv UI file name and lv file name and then lv extension. Okay. So now the file name and extension are done. Okay. So next I'm going to call a function module which is going to create the document in the DMS server. Okay, so let's call the function module, and based on that we can do our declaration. So that could be easy. So that is BAPI document create 2 is the function modules. BAPI document create 2. Okay, so here I need this one document data as required. Let me delete whichever is not required. So I don't want any of this, and I need these parameters to be returned, and this is about the file I have to queue. Okay, and few things are mandatory. What do you call it? Parameter for tables. Normally, tables doesn't have anything mandatory at the compile time, but in the runtime, if it is missing, you will get a syntax error. Also, actually, I encountered that, so that is the reason I'm going to enable these two things as a mandatory parameter for this PAPI function module. Okay, an object link could be an empty internal table, but this description internal table to be filled. So we need the declaration of this work area, and these all as a okay, these four are, I can say it's a variable, and this is a document number. Anyway, document type and part and version we are going to describe, but document number, after creating successfully the DMS server document, we will get it. So based on this document number, we are going to open the document in CV03 and transaction. And here these are the internal tables we need to declare it. Okay. So here I opened the BAPI in a different window. So let me go here, import. So this is the one mostly we require. Okay. Structure. Data. Document data. Type this. Okay, this is for work area. And then I need a variable to receive the value for document number. Type. This is the one. And document version, document part. Okay, I want these. Document type, document number, document version, document part as well. So this is optional. If you really require, you can make use of it. Okay. So doc number, and I need document part. So you can go document type, DOKAR, and then document version as DOKVR, and finally document format. I think it's a part. One second. KODDNDDS, yeah, document part. GL underscore D. Okay, so these are the four variables which we required to receive. So let's add it in the BAPI as well. So here document date, I need to fill this work area. So we'll do that. This is document type. This is for document number. Excuse me. And this is document part, and this is document version. Okay, so work area for return. So it could be BAPI return 2. Let me have it. Return type BAPI ret 2. Excuse me. It's almost done. So only the internal tables to be declared and data to be filled, and then we are good to go. Okay, I need these three internal tables. Data, internal table for description type table of, and I need files table of, and finally I need object links type table of. Okay, so let's get those things over here. document description, object link, and document files. Okay. Document description and document object link, and finally document files. Okay, so these needs to be filled, so we need a work area of all those three. So work area for description, and work area for file, doc, DRAD, and finally it's for object links type. Oh, sorry, I think I messed up. 1 second. This is for this, and this is for files. Happy doc DRAD. Okay, object link is DRAD. Yes. Okay, we are almost done. So now we need to start filling the data. Start with the document data. Okay. So over here, I'm going to start filling the information for document data. So document data, the first one is document type. So the system is a little slow. Document type is equal to, what is the value of it? Okay, it's DOC. So how to determine the value of document type? Everything is from domain value range. Most of the things, not everything, domain. Most of the values we can able to recognize what needs to be passed from the domain level. So if you go to import document data, document type, and go to the domain, go to the value range, and you can able to see the value table TDWA. Most of the things you are going to get it from here only. Okay, so if I execute this DOKAR, so here it is. So if it execute or just F4, you will get all the information about it. What kind of document type you are able to get it. Okay, so sometimes some document, if you're going to give new one, then it needs to be added over here, otherwise Babel will give an error. So I used DOC, like technical documents, or whatever you want, depends on your business need. You can choose what kind of document you are going to add it in a document server, DMS server, okay, or content server. So I used DOC in my example, and then, and this is a case sensitive. If it is a small, again you will get an error in the runtime, everything, because you know about BAPI, right? So whatever you are passing within single quotes, it won't give any error in the compile time, only the runtime you'll get an error. Or in a written parameter, it gives an error, it's not happening, this is not available, this is invalid kind of, okay? So these are in case sensitive, so you have to queue only in capital letters. Excuse me. So let this open because I need some more information also. So document type is ready, and document version and document, one more is document, 1 second, document part. So those are, you can give whatever name or whatever number you want. Okay, so I want document version, so I'll go with 001. So this we can determine, depends on the business need or depends on the technical part. So this one is for document part, I go with 01. Okay, and document number is unique. So that's it for, okay, one more is document data to be filled as well. Okay, so that is document data, and that is an option called application one. So this needs your extension, okay, LV extension. Got it? So here the extension is also in capital letters. So I can show you that also. LVEXT. Okay, so both parameters need the same extension, whatever you have determined using this function module. Okay, so now one more thing is application 2. Okay, let's figure it out. Okay, in the same table, so here application 2, so value range, yeah, there's a different table, TDWP. So here if you execute, you're able to see what are the extension is currently applicable for this particular system. It could be we need to add, because this is a rental system, we have very few, and depends on your need, you have to add it. So if you want was an MS Word or WinWord, GIF, HTML, or you have PDF, so everything is available, but this is the only options, only list it's available to add a document in the DMS server. If you want to add more which is not on the list, so you have to add from the master data level, then you can able to use it. Okay, so for the current examples I'm going to use PDF and text, so both are available, and here also case sensitive, it should be capital. So whatever I have received over here, that needs to be capital letters. So I'm going to use a translate for that. Translate extension to uppercase. Okay, otherwise you'll get an error in the return parameter of your BAPI. So these are for document data. The next I'll go with files. So here files, the first one is original type. So original type is going to be application number. That can be anything, same like version. So here it is. Original type is going to be application number, and character length is 5. Okay, so give whatever you want. I'll go with original type is just 1, and then files to be, so the next one is WS application. So same like this one, we have to give the extension again over here. Okay, file. Okay, so that is no S. That is the reason it's not popping up whatever the fields are available. Okay. WS application is again is going to be your extension, and then file I'm going to give the source data carrier. So this also we can able to determine from your domain value. So source data carrier. So over here it is, DDRG is the data element, and go to the data domain, go to the value range, and go to the table. This is a different table, TDWD. So I'll go to the check the content and execute. So normally you here you have list of default the name system carrier, whatever your backend system data carrier is going to be displayed here. Normally we in real time use SAP-system is the name normally we used, is because of the configuration it needs to be added here, but it's a rental system so I don't have it, so that's fine. I'm going to use whatever is currently available, so default is the value for that. So go here and you can add case sensitive, so default. Okay, and finally I'm going to give the entire file whatever I'm receiving, means what do you call doc file, the SLVG value, so I'm going to use that one here, SLUG. Okay, that's it. So here I need to append this to a file, to the internal table, and clear it. Okay, and the next one is for description to be added here. Description So why this is not coming again? Is there any spelling mistake? I'm not getting the fields. Let me check it out. DART and description okay. DRAT, okay. So there are three fields to be filled over here. The first one is going to be the language. So if you're not filling again, you'll get an error in your return parameter. Then language ISO is also, I'm going to fill the same. And then description. So it depends on you. You can, if you want to add the values different from the user, you can get it and add it over here, or you can add it whatever you want here. So DMS server document. Okay, so append this description to IT description and clear it. So always there is an append, either free the data at the end of your program or beginning of your program. Okay, and almost we are done. Description, here it is object link, and here it is file. Okay, that's it. And we need transaction commit, then only it will be added over there. And if you want to add, just add a statements like if the BAPI return doesn't have any error information, then do the commit or do the rollback. So basic stuffs, please make sure you have added it. And exporting, yes, wait, X, almost we are done. And now I need to send back the information to the UI application. If you execute it, if you go to add a servers, and if you execute it, it works fine perfectly. But I want to send some information back to the UI application. So for that, what I'm going to use, I'm going to declare whatever I have, the entity type, right? So I'm going to declare that. I'm going to use the same format. If you want to use a different format, yes, it's up to you. You can use a different format, but I'm good. I'm going to use the same format over here. So that is going to be in my MPC class anyway. So MPC, and you know about it, right? So whatever you declared is coming over here. So I want this one, file upload. So I want just work area. So I just choose only the structure, not the table type. Okay. So now here I'm going to receive everything here, right? Document type, part, and revision. So that I'm going to add it here. So WA UI return. So first one is document number. That is from this variable document number, and then document name. So you can have whatever you want. So I prefer to go with the same one. It's up to you, whatever you want to pass. You can just pass them, and whatever you receive, if you want to send the same also, it's fine. Or okay, let me do one thing. I'll go with IV, yes, document name, and then document type is also, I'm going to receive it. Document type. This one is document version, LP document version, and final one is document part. LV document part. Okay. So final one, I need to pass this message, part version document name. Yeah, I need to pass the message to the UI application that you mostly aware of. It's copy ref, that is the function word or method which we are going to send back the information to the UI application. Let me get it over here. That is going to be this class and this method. Okay, so control F6, pattern, and this is a class and this is a method for that copy data ref, and you can see the parameter which carries the data to your UI application is ER entity. This is the one. So I want to send the information from my work area to this parameter, and anyway this is going to be type ref to data. Depends on the structure, it just adjusts. So here the data for the UI is over here, and I'm going to send it through TITO. That's it. So the code is ready. Let's activate our service and do a testing. We'll see how it's reflected in CV03N transaction. So DMS server or SAP content server. Okay, so we are done. Now we need to register this, right? So 1 minute. So come to this activate and maintenance service, and you know the transaction, right? This one. Okay, maintenance service. So double click over there. You can do from SEGW as well. So anywhere you can able to register your service and add service and minus local. And if it is from a gateway different server, then system aliases could be different. So mostly these things you are aware of it. CGI star enter and minus this file DMS. So go here, local object, and continue. So this will give a pop-up. Metadata is loaded successfully. So once it is done, go and start was loaded successfully and test your URI. Go back and find the servers, filter CGI star file to DMS and click SAP Gateway Client. It's good. Just execute it. Make sure it's work fine. It's green, yes, and entity set. So there is no much input from your URI. So just select the entity set that is more than NF, and this could be a post HTTP and add file, and then header information. So add file, as you know, I'm not able to show that one, whatever file I'm choosing from which folder actually. So that is the reason if you click add file, you will get a pop-up, select the file, that's it. Okay, and first I'm going to read one text file. Okay, so for that reason I'm going to pass this particular display here. Yeah, I have done. I selected one text file. It has the BDZ text file. I have selected input for BDZ. So this is the one. If you select any image or PDF, that is going to be displayed here. And the one you have to add is header information. Add header, and header name would be SLUG, and the file name is I can say text file dot extension. Okay, you can give anywhere whatever case you want, because it's going to be translated anywhere in your program. Okay, so continue and execute it, expecting 201 over here saying credited as well as the document number, document version, and everything. So I don't have any breakpoint, so let me execute this. Let's see what could be the output. Yeah, it's created. So go a little down and find the information back here. So this is a document, and document type and document number is 121. It's randomly generated, and document version and document part. These actually we are passing from our program. So now if you go to CV03N, you are able to see this document. Really? 1 minute. Maybe I can close this /CV03N. And the document number is 121. So this is CV03N 121. Document type is DOC, and version is 00 and part is 001. 001 00. Enter. So yes, it got created. Just come down. So this is the way. So here, if you double click, it is able to open. It opened actually the file in a separate window. So as I'm in a rental system, I'm getting some error of accessing this file, but it's worked fine in my other system. So that is the reason I'm not able to pop up. So this is not a big deal. So just double click, you will get a pop-up and shows the content of your file. So the same thing, I'm going to use it for a PDF. Let's see how it works. So here I'm going to use add file option to add a PDF. So let me add a PDF and come back to the screen. So here I have added one PDF, just some PDF which I got over here, and add the header information. So it's going to be excuse me, CLUG, and this is for PDF file dot PDF. Okay, and execute it. So here, oh, sorry, by default it's got selected the put. Let me change the HTTP method as post and execute it. Yes, it's created now, and come back 123. So it's going to be /o CV03N. It's going to be 123. So rest all same. So just come down. So here it is. Application is PDF, and what is a file? You can see the description. So whatever you are sending from the description internal table, it's coming here, and the originals. So whatever you are sending, the same thing over here as well. Okay. So this is a way you can able to see and document header information and part name version. So everything is available here. So this is a way we can receive the file from excuse me, UI application through OData service and uploaded in DMS server. Probably your destination could be differ. Instead of TMS, you can add some other transaction. So you have to slightly change your code, depends on which destination you want to add your file. Okay, so probably if possible, let me have one more use case in that level as well. So getting the file and add it to the particular transaction instead of DMS server, maybe in the following videos. So thank you so much for your time, and just play around. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.